Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to throw a little intro into my Jack Wolf Knives The Benny video. So I did a disassembly, skiff, bearing swap, and just a little chit chat video, and I was planning to do another another review video to get up before the drop. Well, time kind of snuck up on me. I got this on Monday, today's Wednesday, but the drop is Friday on the 12th. I'm used to having like 2 weeks with these Jack Wolf knives, or at least like a week and a half. I don't know. It just seems like it jumped up quick on me this time, and I don't have time to do a review, basically. I thought I did when I filmed this, so you're going to hear me say that kind of stuff, and I apologize. It's just, I should have known when the drop was, and I didn't, so that's on me. But anyway, I just wanted to preface that. And I also wanted to let you know that if you are picking up The Benny, Urban Cutlery is actually doing another one of their promotional items with this. So if you guys aren't aware, Jack Wolf Knives does not allow any discount codes or anything like that. So whatever dealer you go to, the price is the same, right? Maybe that dealer offers free shipping or something like that. Well, Urban Cutlery is doing these promotional items. Last month, it was a flask. This month, it's a tumbler. So you get this really cool stainless steel tumbler with a Jack Wolf Knives logo. I guess that would be embossed or lasered on. I'm not sure exactly how it's done. Now, yours wouldn't have your name on it. Jesse over there is a great dude, and he takes care of me. So he put my name on there, which is really cool. But you would get this with the Jack Wolf logo and the Urban Cutlery logo, and it's a really nice tumbler, actually. My wife is going to absolutely love this thing for her iced coffee and whatnot. But you can see it's pretty good size. Probably 16, maybe 24 ounces. It's pretty big. And then you have a nice lid, and you have this kind of sliding thing here. And then it came with a straw. So it's a nice stainless or titanium, probably stainless straw. And it even came with a brush so you can clean out that straw. And then the straw has these little rib lines right here, almost like you'd be able to pull it and bend it like the plastic ones. You can't, obviously, but pretty cool. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about this because, well, it's really cool. So shout out to Jesse over at Urban Cutlery. If you guys want to pick these up, I believe he's giving away one of these with every knife. So not just every order, every knife. So even if you order 2 of them, I think you'll get 2 of these. So I'll put a link down below to Urban Cutlery. It'll be down in the description. If you follow that link, it does help the channel. You don't have to do that. You can just Google Urban Cutlery. But that's your choice, and you'd be getting one of these. So I just wanted to point that out. And then I don't think there's anything like any revelations I've had on this knife since I did the video. It's a touch off center, but it was like that when I got it. I thought the skips might help. It didn't. I think the blade is just a little bit off, like the grind or the blade is a little bit warped or something. Not a huge deal. Now, I do wish the hollow grind was a little deeper. I'm used to that on Jack Wolf's. This was the one slip joint, the Benny's clip, which this design is based on. It's the one design that doesn't have a full height hollow grind. What that means is the grind doesn't come up all the way to the spine. And so that's one of the reasons I think it's a little bit shallower. It would not be a Lanny's clip pattern if it was a full height hollow grind. So I get it. But I do love those full height hollows. If you like a larger knife, if you've been waiting for Jack Wolf knives to come out with a larger sized folding knife, this is the one. This is the one that you've been waiting for. It is a little bit longer than the Gunslinger, but it's definitely bigger feeling. It's taller. It's just, it fills the hand more. I mean, you can see here if I choke up on it, I have a good amount sticking out. I have a large glove size hand. Like, it's just a bigger knife. So if that's what you've been waiting for, like, oh, these are just too small or whatever, this is probably the one for you. The detent on this is excellent. The front flipper really slaps out of there. I do wish the jimping came up higher, up and around, but almost nobody does that. So, you know, I'm used to doing it this way. And you can reverse flick this thing really well. I've gotten really used to the fuller on this one. At first, it was a little bit of an adjustment because usually you have that belt satin coming all the way up and through that fuller. And so it's really crisp and like catches your finger when you're flicking. But I have no issue firing this guy out. It has the rhino's horn blade style, so that clip point that kind of looks like a rhino's horn to me. It's not my favorite. I'll be honest, this pattern is not my favorite. The Benny's clip is probably my least favorite of the Jack Wolf slip joint designs, and that's all personal preference. I'm not a big fan of these big swooping clip points. I like the knives that have the end cap or end bolster on them. I don't know. It's just not my favorite pattern. I'd much rather like the big bro style or the gunslinger style of clip point. But other than the personal preference part, it's a very well-made knife. It's Jack Wolf quality. It's got all the cool touches. I love the black accents, and I'm probably going to say all this in the video you're about to watch, so I'm just going to shut up now. But I wanted to tell you about the Tumbler, so check out Urban Cutlery. I also have links down there to traditional pocket knives, White Mountain knives, a bunch of other dealers that I've worked with or I have links to. One other dealer that I don't work with, but I wanted to shout out, is DLT Trading. They have the exclusive for this month, and that is an Ultim handle. So the scale on it is Ultim. I can't remember if it's a DLC blade or not. You can check it out online, but DLT has the exclusive model for this month. The other dealers will have the 4 stock version. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'll put a link to DLT as well. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Check out the disassembly and skiff bearing swap video. Let me know if you have any question. I already said that. I love you guys, and stay tuned. Peace! Hey guys, Kev here, and I wanted to do a disassembly and try to put some skiff bearings into this here Jack Wolf Knives The Benny. So this is the newest release from Jack Wolf Knives, and I think it'll be releasing around the 18th would be the date, I think. This is the Mars Valley fat carbon version with black hardware, and then you have a belt satin blade with a hollow grind. Not a very deep hollow, but there is a hollow there, I believe, because the Benny's clip had a hollow grind. Maybe this is, I think it is. It's just not as deep as we're used to on a Jack Wolf. Yep, there's a little bit of a hollow there. This is a fun fact. This is the only Jack Wolf design that does not have a full height hollow grind, where the hollow grind comes up to the spine at some point. You can see how there is that swedge that travels the length here. So that grind never actually hits the spine, which is sort of a trademark on their knife. But the Benny's clip and this one do not have that. So it's just an interesting thing. I got this in just a couple hours ago, so I haven't spent a ton of time with it. I'll probably do a separate review video. It is definitely the largest of the Jack Wolf knives, I believe. I can grab the others just so you get a frame of reference. I have 2 gunslingers and the after hours. So here's the most recent locking knife release. The Gunslinger, I guess it's kind of a V2, batch 2. This is the original release of the Gunslinger. So you can see, if you line it up at the pivot, it is almost the same size, but I think the blade is a little longer and the handle is slightly longer, and it's a taller knife. It just kind of feels bigger than anything else they have done before. Here's the after hours, which feels a little slimmer than the Gunslinger, so this is definitely going to feel bigger than that. And you can see the full height hollow here, deep hollow grind, and it goes all the way up to the spine along this area here. On the Gunslinger, you can see it goes all the way up along here. So just something we see a lot with Jack Wolf knives. All right, but it does feel comfortable in the hand. I really like the disengagement. The chamfers are good. It looks like you have a little more lock bar than you did on the Gunslinger. And it just feels a little bit more natural to release the lock bar. Let's try the after hours is also pretty comfortable to release. But this one just has a lot, just seems to have more space, it feels like. The blade is definitely heavier because of that shallower hollow grind. And I guess it would be similar stock to previous models, but that blade just kind of wants to swing down more so than I've seen before. My after hours is dialed in pretty good, but you can see I have to give it a little shake there. Same here, but this one, man, it really wants to free fall. And I have it pretty tight right now. So, yeah. I really like it. Detent on this example is excellent. That front flipper really claps. And the reverse flick is good. Left-handed works very well. And yeah, here's the packaging. I probably should have checked for the, I didn't even look in there for the filler tab. There's usually a filler tab so you can rock this clipless. And I may have lost it because I really wasn't even thinking about it when I opened this up. It might be down in here somewhere. And yeah, they tucked it under that piece there. So that was nice of them. So there it is. If you wanted to put that on. That must be the inside. Oh yeah, it mounts from the inside. It says 183. There's the black tie. And then here's the sticker that says straight fire that I can't get out of here. There we go. It's a picture of Ben, I guess, as a pig with his crazy sunglasses. Those are a new fad right now, kind of throwbacks. And that's Ben right there. I guess it's supposed to be like a skeleton. I guess it just kind of looked like a pig nose to me. This is done by Sean Tiffany. Excellent artwork, as usual. And I think he said it had kind of a Street Fighter vibe to it. So there you go. All right, let us get into this bad boy. So we're gonna need a 10 for the wait, what's going on here? Ah, that's what it is. Okay, got it. I need a 10 for the pivot. And I'm guessing a T8. Usually, I think on these, you need all three sizes. So you need a 10 for the pivot, a T8 for the outside screws, and a T6 for the internal screws. So I think we'll need all of these, but let us find out. I might need the finger bit. I'll grab that as well so we can get the pivot out a little smoother. See what's going on here. Move that 8 over, right? 10, 10, 8. Got it. So let's see. I want it to come out. That has to come out. Probably want it to come out this side, right? So I can get in there a little better. So let's try to lock that down. Oh, looks like there's a little chip on top of the corner here as well. I don't know if I dinged it or something. It's just been on my desk for a couple hours pretty much, but all right. It is coming out the other way. So it wanted to come out this side. So the other side, I guess, is Loctited securely on there. So we're going to come out from this side, I guess. But I don't think I can do that without taking this scale off. So we're going to have to figure this out. This is the T8, so we'll take these off. Tooling is definitely much better on these more recent Jack Wolfs, that's for sure. Much appreciated. Then we have T6s here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this kind of backwards just because of the way that pivot came out. T6 for these. And now this should just come off. Yeah, just kind of doing it a little bit strange. Now, when looking at this, I was thinking it's a pretty big knife for these tiny bearings. I was kind of thinking maybe it had bigger bearings in it than the last couple because of that, but looks like they are using the 1/8 size ones. Really hoping I have skiffs somewhere for these. I didn't even think to check that before I took it apart. But either way, we got a little look inside. Very similar to the others in terms of construction. Very simple, which is good. We have our washers. Set those aside. Keep the bearings over here. Let's see how this one's set up. So it does look like the pivot is secured pretty tight, which is good. Just cleaning everything currently. It's going to be hard to get inside of here just because it's such a small pivot. I can get a little bit. Yeah, see, there's some schmutz in there. I don't have anything super thin like that. Insert jokes. I have like a little pick. That's not very thin either. Ugh. All right, that is enough, I'm sure. All right, so let's put that back. That went in this way, right? Yeah. Just prefer to have it in the way it was supposed to be in. Clean the blade. Clean the tang here. Obviously, you want to clean the detent hole. Nothing there. Clean inside the pivot hole. Stop pin track. All the usual suspects. And we should be good. Just got to clean the lock bar. And detent ball. And we are good. Alright. So let's see if we have the bearings we need. We need 1/8 3/64 ball. Tiny little guys. Don't see them here, but I do have another stash. I need to kind of refill this. I should have them. Fairly certain I stocked up. Yep, there, I got a couple, I guess. I figured that would cover me for the next couple Jack Wolves. Let me make sure I don't have any more before I think about getting more again, because that's how I do. There we go, okay. So this is the size you're gonna want if you're swapping bearings on a Jack Wolf walking knife. You're gonna want 1/8 3/64 10-ball single row bearings, all right? And the reason these are better, in my opinion, than these, the amount of balls that you get. So what did I say, 10 balls? The stock bearings have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're adding 3 balls on each bearing, 6 total to the knife. And look how small they are. So adding 6 balls to that, I think is a major difference. It'll help with stability, side to side play and such. You'll be able to get it a little tighter with less play, essentially. If that makes no sense. But you get what I'm saying. You can get it snugger with no play and keep the action that you want, is what I was trying to say. I'm actually going to take this and put it in here. Guess I'm assuming they're going to work, but I see no reason why they wouldn't work. All right, let us get into it. So we have the stock washers that are really marked up already, which is interesting. On both sides. Huh. Okay. And then this one has a... Interesting. Oh God, that would be terrible. Don't lose that. Okay. Caught it in my leg. So this side has some bearing markings. This side has bearing markings, which is interesting. This side has bearing markings, and this side has bearing markings. So I don't know why that's like that, but it is. So here's our oil. So let's take the heavy. Started doing it this way. I'll take the heavy first, put it on the detent track, get that over with. Just need a little bit. It's very hard to get a little bit out of this thing. Come on now. Okay, not happening. Let's just put a little bit on here. There we go. And then we can transfer it like that. Just a little bit there on the track. Or on the track. Put a little bit more there. All right, we're good on that. Then we need the KPL Original. We could take this and put a little bit on each washer and put those in. So I honestly don't know the best way to put these in. I'm thinking this way for this one. And this one I'm going to put with this side up because it looks a little cleaner. Hoping it holds in there. And then take some for the bearings. You can feel those balls moving around. That's what she said. Okay. Yep, it came out. So I wanted it on this side, so I'll put that side down. Like that. Everything else is good. Is this tight? Yep, it's tight. So I could check it. T8, I assume. Yep. Nice back spacer there. Love the black color on it. Gotta get the stop pin and everything lined up. Oop, okay. Got the stop pin, but the pivot is not. There it is. Pivot is through. clean this pivot screw up. For that, we need the T10. So we have it together there. Let's put this scale on. I need the T8. Okay, make sure it's all lined up. Give it a little snug. A little snug. All right. Okay, that felt. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Just drops. See if it's loose. Man. No play right now. And that's, see, that's your skiffs right there, dude. Just swinging. Now, the centering is close. It was a little bit off when I got it. I was hoping the skiffs would help. I do have one idea, but first I'm going to try this. Just going to make sure it's tight first. There's another turn there. Doesn't change anything. Obviously, the tighter it gets, it's going to go more that way, not less. Very solid. Great action. Just a little bit off center. So what I want to try, see if it works, is flip the pivot around. Sometimes you can get lucky. Maybe the pivot was just put in the wrong way. I don't really think that's going to work, but since I haven't like glued it or anything, I was going to give it a shot. So let's see. Need the T6 to punch it out. Okay, I don't want to do that. Don't want to, there we go. So let's see what happens when I put it in this way. Which actually makes sense to me, because then when you remove it, you can disassemble it from the appropriate side, but I doubt it's going to help. Yeah, it didn't really do anything there. See if it messed anything up. I mean, it's a spinning barrel style pivot, so should not make a difference. And does not look like it did. No lash or anything like that. Everything feels really good on it. Look at that action too. Now is there play? And maybe a slight bit, but barely anything there. Give it a little turn. No play. Just have to shake it a little bit. I'm guessing that would change over time once these break in a little bit. And it's still close. Just, you know, I don't know if the grind is a little off. Like the grind is a little bent over to this side. But I mean, it's a pretty small marginal amount. So it is what it is, I would say. Other than that, I mean, the knife feels incredible. Really nice build. Really enjoy the flick. The detent on it is excellent. So let's see if we can't get this puppy Loctited. Take that out. Grab our glue. And I mean, it was a pretty straightforward, just, you know, tighten it down situation here. So one thing I don't love is that the bits are a little loose on the pivot. Now, pretty sure it's a T10, not a T15, because I don't have any wiggle room there. I just like when it sits in there a little more so I can get a little better stability when I do this part so it doesn't fall off, because it's probably gonna, yeah, fall off. All right, we got that on there. And I got some around the side, which is not great, but let's see if we can't pull this off real quick. I mean, it's pretty much, I think, how you would want it. I could tighten it a little bit just because there is a little bit of room, but honestly, I probably shouldn't, because, I mean, you have to really wrench on it to feel anything, and it swings down, which is nice. I'd rather have that tiny bit of movement and get this versus having to kind of shake it down, you know. But yeah, I mean, solid knife. I think it is the only, where are those other ones? I think it is the only one where the grind, it doesn't go into the fuller. So on these, it's very, very crisp on this edge up here, because it's literally a belt satin over it. I don't know if they finish it otherwise after that, but it really grabs your finger. And this is the same way. So that fuller really catches your finger and kind of pulls at you. This one, you have this stone wash in that area. So this isn't as aggressive as I'm used to. So I have missed the flick a few times because it doesn't like really rip into your finger the way those other ones do. I don't think it's an issue or anything. I think if anything, it's just like a small adjustment. You just got to be more deliberate when you're putting your finger into the slot. With these, they're very forgiving. If you, I mean, you can't miss it. Literally cannot miss the flick. Let me get some, where's that Q-tip I just had? Where did I put it? Is it this one, maybe? Get some alcohol on there. Just make sure we didn't get any KPL heavy on here to cause stick. Oops. Lockup looks good. I mean, look at that. What are we at? 25%. Basically perfect 30%. Very smooth. That front flipper really just claps out. The full-length backspacer is super sexy. I love a black hardware on a knife like this. Just for me, it really does it. Like this Berg Blades Mini Sweeney. Just that pop on the pivot. I wish he would have done the other hardware black as well, and the clip would have been even better, but they did that here, and it's very nice. Clip does not tap. And you can see the fat carbon is very fresh. It looked even more raw out of the box. I think a little bit of my sweat has gotten on it. What I like to do is I take a little bit of Wicked Wax. Shout out to Dypreet Forge. You just very light bit on your fingers. You can also put this on the blade to help protect it from rusting. But I just put a little bit on the fat carbon. Enough to give it a shine, not enough to make it, make my hand feel oily or anything when I'm holding it. But I mean, you can see the difference almost immediately. Look at that, and then that. Hopefully you can see how it just pops a little bit more. And I'm doing a very light coat here because I'm going to carry this, and I don't want to be, get my hands all slick. You can do the edges as well, because that's a part that really pops when you get a little bit of oil on it or wax. And you can see the parts underneath the clip that are raw don't pop the same way as the parts that I was able to get to. I don't think I can get in there. But that is one thing you can do with your knives. And like I have a whole bunch of these in a case. A lot of them are slip joints that have slips, and I like to store them in the slips. And so I just take the wax and I rub it into the blade, and then I can store it that way. This one's an S90V. You can see I've missed the front flip a couple of times because the D10 is nice. I actually think that's a positive, but yeah, I can't even feel any play. So I think we got it perfect, and it drops. Look at that. Fires out. Can I do a rollback? Yep. Reach around. Ooh, ouch. Yep. Not the easiest to do that one, or the rollback. Hurts a little bit. But the front flip feels great. Yeah, it has a little bit of a different feel. I think some people might compare it to the Gunslinger and say, yeah, they're very similar, But they're very different. I mean, this one has the bolster, has the end bolster, I think it's called. This does not have that. This has obviously the gun stock pattern, where this has a full, grip. So if you've been holding out on the Jack Wolves because you wanted something larger, this is probably the one to get, because I don't know. The Benny's clip was the largest of the slip joints. So this is probably going to be the largest of the locking knives, I would assume, if he sticks with the same designs, So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think down below. I would definitely love to hear it. I really like it. I think it's another great offering from Jack Wolf Knives. They just keep coming out with cool stuff. I love their just build aesthetic. I love all that stuff. So, yeah. I'll probably do a full review as well. I have covered a lot here, so we'll see. But check out the drop. I think it's July 18th. Don't hold me to that. I will put a date in the description. I will also put links to all the dealers that I have affiliate links to. If you want to help the channel out, you can purchase one using that link. Oh, and there's actually an item. I'll talk about this, I guess, more if I do the review, but there's an item from Urban Cutlery again. They're doing a giveaway with each purchase again. And this time, let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. Whoops. Did I cut the tape? Kinda. I'm not the biggest fan of clip points because they're harder to cut, do utility cuts on. There we go. All right. Yeah, check this out. Jack Wolf knives. Oh, this, he got it printed with my name again. Lefty. Okay, yours won't have your name on it, but you'll get a Jack Wolf Knives tumbler. Look at that. That's sick, dude. Oh, that slides up. And there's a straw? What? Dude, a straw and a brush. My wife is gonna love this. So you get a little brush to clean the straw. And you get a little metal straw. I don't know if it's titanium or just steel or what. It's got little ribs on it, like you could bend it. That's pretty funny. So that, is there like a slot for it? Or you just, I guess you just drop it in there, right? So with every purchase of The Benny this month at Urban Cutlery, you're gonna get a tumbler. So every knife, I believe, comes with one, or it might be every purchase. I'm not sure. So if you order two, you might just get one. I'm not sure how that works, but I think it's one with every knife. Very, very cool. I mean, so you're not paying any more than you would anywhere else because they don't allow discounts or anything. So you're going to pay the same price. I think it's $3.50 for a locking knife. You're going to pay that for this, and you'll get the tumbler, which is pretty sick. So I'll have a link down below to Urban Cutlery. And when I do the review video or whatever, I'll mention this as well. Because I don't know how many people made it this far in the video. So shout out to Jesse over at Urban Cutlery. That's an awesome giveaway. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you think on the disassembly, reassembly, skiff bearing swap on the Benny. I love you guys. Shout out to Jack Wolf Knives. Thank you for sending this my way. As always, I appreciate it. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you later.